Hey y'all, I'm out walking Ruben. I figured this would be a good time to reflect on the year since I keep forgetting to do it. I haven't done this since 2020. Sorry, gotta figure out my handhold here. I think I didn't do it last year because if I reflected on the year at all and was honest, I would have said this was a miserable year. I wanted to leave my marriage the whole time. And I couldn't say that aloud. I couldn't admit that aloud yet. And same with, I didn't set any goals for 2021 or 2022 because my goal would have been leave this relationship. So I wasn't yet ready to say those things aloud, I don't think, last year. But I like having these captures of where I'm at different parts of the year. I can hear a car coming. Sorry. Ruby, get off the road. Okay. So, my ADHD brain is like bouncing all over the place right now. Where to start? The year was full of changes. Literally, I don't think more things could have changed this year because I'm living in a different place, I'm working a different job, and my relationship status is different than it was a year ago. So I'm truly not sure what else could have changed. Nothing that dramatic, I don't think. If you told me a year ago I'd be living in my parents' basement, I would have been like, huh? Because I didn't predict that. My plan was to tell them I was getting divorced like after it was finalized. The day everything fell apart. But you know, that's what happens when your final confrontation in your marriage happens in your parents' driveway. They kind of ask you why you're crying after. And then you say, well, I'm getting divorced. And then they say, you want to move in here? And you say, sure. That's kind of how that went. But beginning of the year started off slow, as most winters in the septic business do. But it was slower than the year before. And then February came and went, and it was also the same amount. I don't even think I made $10,000 in 4 months before I got the teetotaler job, because that's how slow it was. And I know I made videos last year talking about, we gotta turn around now, we ain't going down the big hill. Sorry. Come on. I made videos last year talking about how I was having a career crisis and all these things. Excuse me. About what I wanted to do, didn't want to do septic anymore. The market kind of forced my hand in terms of like, okay, this is the year I have to stop doing it because, you know, I was doing it because it was paying the bills, and then it stopped paying the bills. So that's what happened with that. I mean, couldn't have predicted it really because it is usually slow in the winter, and I just kept saying it'll get busier next month, and it never did. Never did. And I couldn't keep waiting out the market like that. Like, I don't even know if it's back to normal now or if I still would be like scraping by, but we kind of blasted through the money we had set aside for getting a house to like live life when I wasn't making enough, and my ex was working part-time, so there was just not any. Basically, I was working like part-time, they were working part-time, there was just no money coming in to sustain our life. It's doing. So, yeah. But truly, teetotaler has been the best part of my year. I mean, absolutely the most perfect job. Like, I couldn't ask for a better workplace. It's completely not toxic. Like, queers, bunch of queers together is like completely a non-toxic environment. And I think we're just lucky that everyone gets along so well. Everyone wants to come to work. I don't have any problems like keeping staff or having people call out. Like, it's just, everyone's so great. And it feels like a rare thing, because it is a rare thing. Because truly in the food service, it's hard to maintain staff. It's hard to have people that want to show up. Like, I've worked in other kitchens and stuff. It's hard, but teetotaler's a gem. So, so lucky to be there. And I look forward to what the next year brings, and it's just nice to have like a steady place to be and awesome coworkers again, and I'm happy. So I guess that's my reflection on the year. I went from really miserable to really happy. And of course, it doesn't come without pain. Like you saw in my last video, I mean, there's a whole lot of grief I'm going through. And sometimes I feel like the beginning of the year was a dream. Like, was I really married? Was I really living there? Was everything really that terrible? Yeah, I was. Obviously, I'm not going to summarize some of the nitty-gritty details, but yeah, it was a hard one. This year was a hard one, so I'm glad it's ending. I don't see how 2023 could be worse, because basically, I think it got as bad as it could get, unless like people start dying, which, please God, don't let that happen. I don't think 2023 could be worse. So, I mean, right now, Ruben and I start every day with a walk. It is actually too warm right now. I'm sweating in this coat. Apparently it's going to be like 55 today, which is just absurd on December 30th, so global warming, yay. Come on. But yeah, so I need to sit down and write down my goals for 2023, make a video about that, get back on track with my video diarying. Sorry. Hold on. Come on, dude. We're not going down the big ravine. Oh. Loud truck. Bye. Anyway. All right, bud. Ruben and I are going to keep walking. He's so cute. And hope everyone has a good week. And I'll talk to you next year.